The Fruitmarket Gallery is a gem, amazingly important in Scotland, hugely important for the United Kingdom, and it's really quite unlike any other gallery running at this moment anywhere in the United Kingdom.
It doesn't follow fashions, it has a very clear sense of its identity, and I think for me one of the most interesting things is the way in which it can alternate between contemporary and historical shows and make that work.
Most artists, if they were given a chance to show at the Fruit Market, would relish that opportunity. But I think in order to maintain world-class programming and the lure of the best artists in the world, you need the best possible spaces.
I have the privilege of working for one of the most beautiful small capitals in the world, undoubtedly, and it's obviously beautiful. But that packaging, that kind of structure of the city, which is so obviously beautiful, without life, i.e. culture, is actually very little. The Fruit Market is a 21st century example of the cultural content of the people from this part of the world. Critically, what's going to keep us going and sustain us in future generations is the cultural creativity, the inventiveness of our people, and the people that we ask here to kind of mix with us and give us even more interest and excitement.
When I schedule visits here for international curators interested in Scotland, the Fruit Market is absolutely at the core of the programme, because they don't just want to see Scottish art, they want to see that Scotland has international aspirations and is ambitious enough to be interested in a wider world. And actually that's what the Fruit Market represents for me.
It's a vital social space. It's a place where people aren't concerned so much with an art market, they're much more concerned with ideas, the philosophy that's being communicated by the work on show.
It's almost like a laboratory, I think, the Fruit Market, and I think people that likes to come here is because they know they are going to discover something else in the work of the artists that maybe they know, but they will see it in this place in a different way, and that is, I think, very important.
It's a gallery that is very ambitious and very able, and is now being hampered by its physical space.
The Fruit Market produces museum-type shows, and I think that development of the building and the facilities are essential to the future of the Fruit Market, because if the Fruit Market is working at this level, and if the Fruit Market has the level of international recognition that it has, then there are certain things that really could be improved and need to be remedied.
I think increasingly, especially in terms of the interdisciplinary nature of contemporary art practice, you really need adaptable spaces that can be turned to any sort of function. And that means a rather different sort of building than the building that the Fruit Market currently inhabits.
The building has huge potential, but at the moment it's a mess. It's really outlived its life. It probably worked when it was first remade about 20 years ago. But now the gallery has grown, the bookshop has grown, the cafe needs a new space, and the whole building needs a rethink.
There's so many things within the building which don't really function to show art. Upstairs, the space is dissected by a staircase. You can't show sculpture diagonally, you can't create a tension in the space. And actually, by taking all these architectural devices out and creating a very simple container, you have more possibility to show art in many different ways.
My dream for the Fruit Market would be to have a lift that was accessible, put a bomb under those stairs. It just doesn't work. As it is, I can really only access the gallery if someone is actually with me, but I'll have much more independence and freedom if I feel more confident where I'm literally putting my feet.
We have to go off-site if we want to do our workshops, and although it's just like 5 minutes down the road, it doesn't have the same atmosphere, the same kind of inclusive atmosphere that the gallery has. So yeah, like space within the gallery where young people can work and study would be really fantastic, I think.
I feel that the Fruitmarket Gallery is at something of a crucial point right now. We've built an audience, we've built a programme, we've got to the point where the very, very best international artists and Scottish artists are keen to show with us. No one has ever turned down an invitation to show at the Fruitmarket Gallery. I'm beginning to worry that they might start to. I'm beginning to worry that the things that mean that the building is falling behind in terms of other buildings for art are beginning to show. We want to be the building that you have in your head when you think of the Fruitmarket Gallery.
I think one of the strengths of the plan is that the gallery stays very much the same size as it is at present. It simply gets better by presenting an even stronger programme and doing it in an even more convincing way, which I think the building will allow it to do. It's likely that Fruitmarket will engender further support from visitors, from potential patrons, sponsors, benefactors. Look at the Whitechapel, look at what's happened at Wakefield with the Hepworth, look at Nottingham Contemporary. These are all places where creation of a new facility or a much improved facility has given the institution an instrument that it can use to excite public imagination. And if you do it well, in my experience, the public always respond.